Okay, we're back with Grand Tactician Civil War, and we are in the progress of the Battle of Front Royal Bridge. The early stages of this battle were in the last episode. There was very, very little fighting, really just a little bit of artillery exchange. Army of the Severn under Hooker was in this defensive position because he was outnumbered. And we saw Jackson's force come by the Berryville Pike toward this factory, which is the one objective. So we know that Jackson's Army of the Shenandoah is up here. Thought our reinforcements, McDowell and Patterson, were going to come in on one of these two roads down here. Did not realize that this road was also a possibility, which it is. So, in both Patterson and McDowell's armies, about, I don't know, roughly 30,000 men are all filing in on this one road. And I'm surprised they haven't already sighted Confederate units even now, because we know that Jackson is right up in here with the Army of Shenandoah. So things are about to get real messy real quick. And we do not know where Longstreet's Army of the Potomac is. Could be over here. It could have come around this way and is up here. Don't know. But right now, the challenge is going to be getting Patterson's and McDowell's armies, they're corps size, but they're still armies at this stage in the campaign, onto the field in some semblance of order, probably under fire. So my plan, which may or may not work, is I have to retain control of this road and try to keep it not under fire so that both armies can move into the map. And not every, they come on piecemeal. Like the lead division from Patterson and the lead division from McDowell are on the field, but the rest are following in behind, and the arty will come in last. So I've got to try to extend some sort of line along here as the brigades come online. Patterson's and McDowell's units may get just completely mingled up in here. I don't know. I'll try to avoid that. But first things first, Cadwallader, Caddy, he is the, that's a complete division. It's on the field. They're right in here. So I'm going to, actually keeping them in double line and reducing their frontage may actually be helpful here. But I'm going to tell them to take up this position now. And I'm going to keep it fairly slow, I think. Okay, Kimes' division is now on the field. I'm going to tell him to go single line and take up this position along this fence. Sanford is almost on the... yeah, we don't have McReynolds. He still doesn't have this brigade. Sanford then, with his two brigades, take this position right here. Let's get his artillery, which I think is just the one battery still. Nope. Okay, McDowell's guys. So Patterson has got here up to the end of the fence. I don't know if I really want to string him out through these woods. Not sure I see an alternative. Now sighting Confederate brigades. I'm kind of leaving Hooker alone for the moment because I don't know where Longstreet is. So I don't really want to... He's going to have to move from his entrenchments. I just don't know where to move him to yet. I'm just going to continue and put McDowell kind of along here. I think maybe a brigade here, and then 2 brigades along this creek, like so. And then if McDowell's left flank gets threatened, then if we see Confederates over here, then we'll move Hooker up. Actually, once McDowell kind of starts getting into place, I'm going to kind of move Hooker up and extend the left over here anyway. So, Tyler, that's our best division, or at least the best armed division. Take up a position right about in here, which really isn't very good. I don't know why they're all pathing this way. Why don't they path along the road? Heinzelman, about like so. That'll do. Miles. About here. And in the absence of a better idea, I'm just going to place the artillery right here. And hopefully this all kind of gets in some semblance of order before serious combat happens. No matter where Longstreet is, Hooker is not in a helpful spot. I'll kind of leave Fremont's division here to see where he might be needed, but I'm going to move Hunter. First of all, they're going to be doing a fair amount of marching. Just go ahead and go into march columns. Okay, they're forming line here near the objective. Attacking down across this creek bottom and through these woods, that doesn't look great. Wallace here, Hunter here. I'm just kind of putting near this road so they have an easy path to get there without getting disrupted. Fremont, go ahead and get in march order. It's kind of looking like Hooker may wind up being the flanking attacking force coming up and around this way into the Confederate right. Maybe. We'll see. All depends on where Longstreet is. Don't really want to make a frontal attack directly in here. It's Patterson. Patterson could move up right around in this situation to kind of fix this line in place without attacking. And then we might have a... And then McDowell can kind of come in from this direction into the Confederate... what so far looks to be the Confederate right. But then they in turn could get outflanked themselves by Longstreet coming from our left. Kind of shades of Second Manassas, the real one. There's Longstreet. Damn. Okay. Well, so Hooker may wind up being defensive after all, but these entrenchments are too far back. He needs to defend. It's more open, but he needs to be up in this area because of where McDowell's line is eventually going to coalesce. These guys should really be limbered up. Goodness gracious. And I don't, in my opinion, it shouldn't take a player action to tell them to do that. If they're moving more than just a few yards, they ought to just limber up so that they can move faster and with less disruption. I am kind of glad I got Hooker's core. I'm just going to start calling them core. I'm glad I got Hooker's core kind of moving preemptively. Let's move Hooker himself up to about here so his orders transmit faster. And probably get the Hooker's artillery. Get them moving up as well. Somewhere is okay, Keem's division, for some reason his order to man the center here did not take, because I put him into single line. There. You need to go there, guys. So I ordered into this position, but I had first sent an order to change to single line. And because that order was still en route, the order to change to line didn't happen. Let's get Butterfield's brigade and some cover here in case the Confederates attack. This creek kind of bends around a little bit right in here. I think this may be a good place to kind of make a little part of our line. There's room for maybe 2 or at most 3 brigades. A division here, a division here, a division here. Maybe a division along this fence. And artillery right in here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Fremont up to this position. We're not exactly in line yet, but at least the units are sort of kind of stringing out so that our position isn't just a big clump. You know, it's slowly improving. I'm kind of glad Jackson didn't put more pressure on that. Everybody is disrupted. That makes sense. They'll regain their cohesion once they're in place and kind of are given a chance to get their crap together. Oh, these guys are kind of taking a dumb route. But given how congested the road is, I can kind of see why the AI did that. But Jackson's staying defensive. He's kind of letting us get our act together. Much like I did yesterday, and letting him march by on the Berryville Pike. Yesterday we could have come across and engaged right in here against Jackson, and that might have worked okay if Jackson was alone. But I still don't know where Longstreet was at that point. And that's water under the bridge at this point anyway. Eventually going to move the artillery up to this little oops. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, Fremont, you need to go into line now. And it's just pretty much going to be, the line's going to be wherever you form it, guy. Because here comes Longstreet. Oh my goodness. All right, Wallace, you need to get over here now. Prentice, here. Okay, Fremont is forming line. Artillery is not in a good position. They need to, at least they have open, they'll be firing kind of uphill a little bit, but this is where you're going to have to go. Kind of scared to speed it up, to be honest. these guys are moving faster down this road in open area than Wallace is able to get across this swale. Kind of reorient Fremont a little bit, like about so. Okay. Hooker's Corps is about to have quite the baptism of fire. Tell him to do that until he gets the order to go into line. Wallace is moving slow. Fremont's kind of fiddling around here, forming his line. Okay, that order's been received. I think Wallace already has skirmishers out. He does. Our artillery's in a terrible position, but I don't see what to do about it. Yeah, this cav brigade is coming in on these skirms. They're going to get driven back. The artillery's exposed. Wallace's division is not moving fast enough. Okay, Blake, you need to be firing at these guys. Needs to move up. up right here close to your division commanders. Yeah, Meigs' skirms aren't going to last long here. And shouldn't really expect them to. At least the infantry is getting up here amongst the artillery now. And I don't think this, as close as they are, I don't think this battery has line of sight. Or maybe the skirms are blocking them. Disrupted cohesion. At least they're not tired. Anything going on over here? No. Okay, now this battery is firing. I think their line of sight was blocked by the skirmishers. Cox's brigade, the one with the wounded commander, is now getting up into position. And he'll be blocking the line of sight for this battery again. Elsie has taken some losses. And now that he's up against infantry, these guys are doing no good back here. So, Cox, go ahead and pull your skirms back in. Sedgwick's detachment, pull your skirms back in. Got a little bit of overlap here. I am going to tell Anderson to fall back to here. And then maybe move him down here, extend to the creek. It says cohesion failing, but that's actually an improvement. He's actually going up in cohesion. He was disrupted. Man, that's a lot of 2 cav brigades and an infantry brigade. Okay. Anderson is now behind the line of fire. I don't want him to cross the... This would be a good position down here behind this creek to anchor the left. Well, and we've got the Frenchman's right over there too. Not going well for Cox's brigade. They're going to break at some point. And this artillery doesn't have any line of sight. I'm going to move him over just a little bit. Like so, just so he can fire at somebody. Bring this brigade right up in, or this battery right up in here. Canister fire. Will it work? I don't know. And I'm going to put this battery here because when Cox inevitably breaks, he'll have a clear field of fire right into this clump of cav and infantry here. Here's a whole brigade getting around our left. That can't be good. Casualties are about even. They've got higher morale. That's probably because they're holding the objective. Is anything happening over here? I'm going to extend. I'm going to take Tyler. If I can click on him. Somebody just got, Catterson just got one. I'm going to take Tyler, pull him out of line, bring him over here. Cadwood-Alder going to take up this position behind where that Tyler is vacating. At least we've got this battery firing now. Anderson's brigade is almost up into position. Catterson's been wounded. counter-engaged. The best armed division we have. Slowly changing the exchange ratio of losses. And actually, Cox has stopped wavering. But they don't have much resilience left. They're not going to be able to hold this up. Oh, battery is broken. Let me just stop here for a second. It looks like Jackson is shifting toward Longstreet. Hooker against Longstreet over here. This is a holding action at best. And it may fail. But we've got, because he's outnumbered, Hooker's got about 20,000 men, and we know that Longstreet's about 30,000. So the preponderance of Confederate manpower is on this side, and we're outnumbered. Just kind of have to hang on as best we can. Meanwhile, two of our corps are over here. Maybe the right answer is for both of these corps to pitch right into Jackson. And Hooker may get completely broken up, but if we can do the same to Jackson in the meantime, and then maybe McDowell and Patterson can about face and come back toward Longstreet once Jackson is broken up. I don't like this idea, but I like it better than what's happening now. Two of these divisions on this side of the battlefield are moving to take up positions on the left of their respective corps. But 4 divisions are in place and can move now. It's bad news, man. He really loaded up over here. Okay. Pretty strong defensive position right here. I don't want to move straight up into this. I think we need to get... These guys look a little disorganized right in here. But if I attack them, I'll probably get just as disorganized. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is tell Caddy. I may have to relieve him and replace him with another commander just because I have a hard time saying his name. Tell him to halt. Tyler, I'm going to let keep moving over here. I'm going to, I think, bring Patterson up like, you know, across here and then over like so. Commander over closer to these guys. Sedgwick's holding strong for now. He's got a ways to go before that brigade breaks. Cox is almost done. Anderson actually not doing too bad. Cox's morale is okay, but there's only so much a brigade to take. It's got one pip of lost resilience. I'm gonna try to have him fall back in good order before he just completely breaks. Because if he breaks now, that will translate into lowering the morale of the two brigades on either side. So if I can pull him back behind the line, let Anderson start to take the brunt of this, actually maybe advance Anderson just a bit, like so. Then I can keep that break from spreading along the line. Maybe. MiGs is holding fine. This battery is firing, but I think it's only the one gun. I'm not sure about that. Moving them over a little bit to give this battery a little bit clearer field to fire. Cox's brigade has been successfully fallen back a little bit. I don't know if this goes back down. That may be permanent for the entire battle. McAnderson is now taken. No, Sedgwick is about. Man, this is looking bad and I don't know what to do about it. Hunter up a little bit more. Okay. Caddy. Get across the creek to here. Actually, no. To here. Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle? There he is. Kyle moved up to the creek. Skirmishers out. Cedric broke. Anderson close to breaking. The Wallace to rally. That may get him killed. Artillery up here. Kind of wish I'd left Hooker in his entrenchments now. Fresh troops on the line. Addison's almost done. He's doing okay. Pull this battery back before it gets overrun. For it, Cox has got to come back up and at least make a show of supporting. I need Tyler over here. Doesn't feel like it, but the victory marker is starting to swing in our direction. We have inflicted more casualties than we've taken. Whether that will continue after Cox and Anderson break, I don't know. But at least Walker's Cav Brigade here is feeling the heat as well. Hopefully at least this Cav Brigade breaks before Anderson does. Cox is firing again. Yeah, I know Anderson says he's broken. And that leaves Cox as the lone. Man, our right is just crumpling. Should have gotten Tyler moving over here quicker. And they're moving in line. Oh my god. They're going to be disrupted when they get over. for the movement, I thought that they would go ahead and form column and then go back into line when they got there, which is what they often do. It's hard to tell exactly which way the looks like Sedgwick just broke. Just have to fall back. That's all there is to it. It's probably about to break anyway. Meanwhile, Patterson's attack over here. Jackson's right. Kind of extend Miles' frontage a little bit. Okay, so we're completely open through here. This is not looking hot. Heinzelman's moving up. Hitting these fellas. Miles is just, I'm extending his frontage, and his main job is really to protect Heinzelman's flank against an attack from over here, should that materialize. This is my plan. Tyler's slowly getting up into position. Booker's other two divisions can hang on long enough. Okay, there's a retreating, and that's just skirms. Skirmishers. Stone. And that's back on the other side. Okay, things aren't going hot on this side either. Just change their facing just a little bit. Actually, put the Gurnals back in this fence position. Butterfield's fine where he is. He's got some forest cover. Heinzelman almost in position. Bring him up a little bit more. Just musket armed. They don't have rifles. Bring Miles up like so. Protect Heinzelman's flank. They've only got muskets as well. Loss ratio is getting pretty good. It doesn't feel like we're winning, but we are. I guess there's been maybe some Confederate units route that I didn't really notice. Pull Prentice back before he breaks. What is this unit right here? Because he's only musket armed, that's why. Out of range. Battery has line of sight. These do not. Let's try putting them over here. Okay. Tyler's men are tired, but so well, actually, no, they're not too bad. Let's go ahead and get them up in the line. I don't know why one of them is going perpendicular. Cadwell auto some more. About like that. And the enemy's retreating. $10,000 Confederate casualties, 6,800 Federal. Okay. Okay, we've already got Caddy advancing. Let's order Heinzman to just advance all the way up through here. They'll be firing as they go. That's what the advance order means. They move forward, but they fight along the way. They keep firing. Whereas if you just give them a straight movement order, then they just move. So Heinzman will slowly advance, but if he's got any shots, the guys stop and take them. So Heinzman's moving across to here. Let's have McReynolds come to here. Butterfield advance to here. Negley's brigade didn't really do very much here. Not too happy with that. That's a detachment. Yeah, kind of lost the bubble on what a lot of the skirmishers were doing. When you have a lot of skirmishers out, that happens, especially when they're just retreating and falling back and everything. Don't know if they'll catch anybody. And they'll probably just get tired, but man, what the heck. Maybe they can, maybe Miles can advance over in this direction. Maybe they'll get some shots on that artillery. Once again, I don't think I did a very good job with my artillery placement overall. That was a pretty strong attack that the AI made along in here, and that was pretty good on their part. That was scary. Maybe Tyler can just, instead of issuing orders to that entire division, which have to come all the way from McDowell, maybe I can just give individual orders from Tyler, and these brigades will start moving faster. Maybe not. I really don't think much more is going to happen. Just let it play out. Apparently in those 15 minutes, another 1,000 casualties, and we've pushed it up to major victory. That might be because of the objective point, because it says here inflict more than 23% casualties. He's only up to 22.7. But maybe the objective puts it over the threshold. 18 minutes left. You know, these guys are kind of in a cauldron over here. Colquitt withdrawn. That's a rebel outfit. That's not one of my commanders. Third, they spelled it whipped, but that's 3rd Brigade wiped out. An enemy unit has disintegrated. Well, that's good. That's probably one of these guys in here. And Elsie, that was one of those initial cav brigades that broke. Rebel cav brigades. Well, 13,000 versus 7,000 for us, almost 2 to 1. Well, somehow that turned into a major victory. That did not feel like a major victory most of the way through. But Hooker's guys, mostly, he had, Hooker basically had a whole division break under intense pressure. Can't really blame him. But overall, his corps, it kind of held the line over here against a much stronger attack from Longstreet. And the mid-battle decision to just, okay, throw your, you've got a manpower advantage on the right against Jackson. Just go straight into him. That turned out to be, I guess, the right decision. We did lose more guns than the Confederates did. That's because we lost one battery outright, and I think another one was taking pretty heavy losses. We lost 0 cavalry. 0 of 0. 5,000 infantry, 7,000 overall. Now that doesn't quite make sense. 5,000 infantry lost, no cavalry, of course, don't have any. Or 5,100, 6,900. So the inference would be that we lost 1,800 artillery soldiers? I don't think so. That doesn't add up. Actually, I think most of that 1,800 is probably, hopefully temporarily, missing soldiers. Or not missing, but temporarily routed soldiers that aren't showing up in the casualties, but are reflected in the moment-by-moment battlefield losses. Which might be true for the Confederates as well. I don't know. We could sit here for 30 minutes and try to piece together making sense of the battle report, and we still might not get it right. Hooker took 24% losses. Yee. 50, out of our almost 7,000 casualties, there were 5,000 were hookers. On the other hand, Hooker also inflicted the vast majority of the Confederate casualties, which makes sense. They were by far the most heavily engaged. And Patterson's guys they scored 4,500 inflicted against Jackson as well. First Division, that's the one that did break, but they fought hard before they did. Oh, look at this. The artillery actually did a very substantial contribution, probably because of the short range over there on the far left, and they were firing canister and or grape shot. There is a slight difference between the two, but at those short ranges, and those were just the 6-pounder base cannon too. But at those ranges, I mean, I think all the cannon are pretty good at short ranges with canister and grape shot. Third Division, I think that is the. Yeah, these were the guys that came over from McDowell. And they were on Hooker's far right. All right. Battle of Front Royal Bridge. Enemy's national morale drops by another more than a percentage point, and our military experience rises by 1.5 points. somehow Kyme became famous, and Catterson is defamed. I never did go back and look and see if that one artillery commander, Tidball, because he was defamed in an earlier battle, and I never went back to look if he was rehabilitated, because I left him in command. Captured a bunch of guns. Some of those may be better than mixed muskets. I'll have to have a look at the armory later. Okay, following the battle right now, initially attrition is pretty bad for both sides. But in any case, I've been going for over an hour, and federal major victory here just before we go into winter, which I may or may not kind of play through some of the winter off camera, because I don't think there's going to be much action going on. We'll have to see how that goes. In any case, thank you for watching.